My friend Bob is always looking at the newest trends, and this year he was bombarded with Bitcoin-related news. First, the price bottomed, then it started going up. Then there was a little craziness with a 14K year high, and then a massive correction. But with the halving on May 2020 and everything else, he's now confused. What do you think of Bitcoin, he asked. Well, you will know exactly what I think in this video. Welcome to Not Financial Advice. My name is Tobias. I'm an attorney and international finance expert. And today we will discuss Bitcoin. But, one of my oldest dreams was to build an amazing community of investors wanting to learn and be better at it. If you want to be a part of it, please consider supporting this channel on Patreon. And if you like my videos and you want to buy me a coffee, that would be amazing too. Thank you. Links down below. So, Bitcoin. What is it? Is it a security? Is it a currency? A commodity? Is it nothing at all? Well, this question is not an easy one, and governments around the world can't seem to agree. But the truth is that Bitcoin is a new kind of asset and a new category on itself. I have been aware of Bitcoin for many years, and I follow Bitcoin very closely. As an investor, probably the most important thing we need to consider before making any investment whatsoever is, why is this valuable? Why? What does Bitcoin have that has some intrinsic value? And if you can't find anything right off the bat, don't worry. This is a complex subject. But the fact of the matter is that although Bitcoin doesn't produce anything and it's not backed by anything, well, it's exactly the same as the US dollar and even gold. And I know gold has some use cases, but that's not why gold is valuable. Believe me, gold has been gold for centuries before electricity. Bitcoin, the US dollar, and gold are valuable because there are enough people willing to accept it in exchange for goods, services, and other forms of value. Many people talk of Bitcoin as digital gold, but I think we don't know yet how would Bitcoin look like when it reaches its full potential. Nowadays, the market is being harassed by regulation. Banking, and especially international banking, is a nightmare. And you probably heard the joke. It's easier to rob a bank than to open an account. And if you need to learn one single thing about economics, learn this. The market, which is a fancy way of saying what people want, can't be tamed or held hostage for so long. Even in hyper-regulated dictatorships such as Cuba, you'll find it very hard to find a Cuban that it's not involved in some kind of contraband or illegal hustle to get some extra bucks. If enough people want something, then they create demand. If there is demand, someone will supply. It is what it is, and nobody can control it. Bitcoin is responding to the hyper-regulated banking industry with an amazing product which is fully decentralized, can't be censored, can't be seized, and it's easy to use. It can be regulated, but those regulations can't really be enforced, so we'll see how it goes in that area. And most importantly, it has a limited supply. As long as governments control currency, they will print, period. That causes inflation, and fiat currencies are designed to be worth less and less. Bitcoin is the opposite, and there is a very strong bullish thesis about this whole situation. There could be a perfect storm situation for Bitcoin. We are talking about a world that is more globalized every day. Internet being at the center of every money transaction. Borders between countries are getting blurred. Information flows at the speed of light. and the general public is being suffocated with unnecessary banking regulations, and broke governments around the world are printing money like crazy. The banking industry is also being heavily disrupted, and there are hundreds of new fintech alternatives being born every minute. However, with all the regulations they need to comply with, sometimes fintech companies can't reach their full potential and end up being just banks, but modern-looking and unprofitable startups that could well disappear in 5 minutes. Bitcoin is just one of those black swan events that solves a massive problem and has unlimited potential. Do I believe in Bitcoin? 100% yes. But I would never day trade it or anything like that. Like all of my investments, I like it long term, 5 to 10 years minimum. That's why I don't really care about the daily price or any chart whatsoever. If you are not sure about how much do you believe in Bitcoin, think about it this way. If you had $10,000 to invest, and whatever you buy you can't sell, you are forced to keep for 10 years. Would you rather buy Wells Fargo stock or Bitcoin? Think about it and you'll have your answer. I want to know, are you a hodler? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and you know the drill. Like, subscribe, notification bell, share and comment. And of course, remember that this is not legal advice and not financial advice either. This channel is only for education and entertainment. Although I am an attorney, my city, county, state, province and country may be different than yours. If you are looking for advice, you should always hire a local licensed professional.